recording. Yeah, no, we're just, I mean, like, I've been waiting. We're not too far. It's only 7:06. So how did you get a assisted living quote?
So since the last time we spoke, our LSA has gone live, and I've been getting leads from there, even though I'm having a hard time closing them. But because people are just like price shopping. But I did get somebody today, who was actually not too far from me.
Okay.
She's very close to the church. And she wanted a quote for a 20-bedroom, 22-bathroom
Goodness.
assisted living facility. And yeah, I completely freaked out when that came in. And
So, okay, so where did this
handled it.
lead come from?
Google. They
Wow,
found
like,
us on Google.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they found us on Google. I totally freaked out, and somehow like locked myself into a walkthrough, even though I've never done a walkthrough. But
So, because it sounds like it's almost gonna fit like in the realm of like commercial, almost in a sense.
No.
yes, and I guess you could say that, but she specifically wanted like the bedrooms and bathrooms cleaned.
Okay.
And also like the living area and some of their kitchen spaces.
Uh-huh.
And I've worked in assisted living before, so I know it's pretty much, it's just a really big house with a bunch of
Got it.
rooms. So I know it's not gonna be something we can't take on, especially since we, in the past week, I've hired 4 more cleaners. So now we have 6 cleaners. I just really
So-
wasn't expecting that.
How often will you have to clean it?
Right now she's just interested in a one-time deal, a one-time deep
Okay.
cleaning. But I'm hoping I can finesse my way into like a bi-weekly clean or a weekly
Yeah.
clean or something recurring.
No, of
I
course. I
think
mean, she's gonna need the deal. Cause like the only thing is like if you price it, Alexa, volume down. Sorry. If you price it as a residential, it might be pricey, right? Cause like I would suggest like going onto your Booking Koala and like looking, you know how when you set up your Booking Koala price, it kind of
Yeah.
sets it out and it'll say like $30 for a bedroom, right? Or, $20 for a bathroom and, $40 for 2 bathrooms. So it'll kind of be like that situation to where you would be coming up with a bathroom price and then
Yeah.
a bedroom price and then like a main like common area price. So where that could potentially get pricey. Because it'd be like what? You said it was 22 bathrooms?
And 20 beds. So I spoke with somebody and they told me that I could charge by the hour. So it's like a 9,000 plus square foot. And I estimated that with the deep cleaning, it's gonna need about 24 man hours. And this is why I'm a little stuck, because it's like, do I just price by the hour? Charge like, I mean, right now my going rate for hourly is $50. So charge $50 per hour for
That's
24 hours,
100.
and then split it amongst my cleaners, like maybe 3 cleaners can go get it done. But I'm thinking I'm not gonna tell the customer that we're charging by the hour. We just tell them the cost of the job.
So are you for sure that that's what the hour, like that's how long it would take?
So it's just been really based off of the research that I've been doing, collecting like how much it would take to clean 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and by the square footage. It's just really based off of the math that I've done to
Yeah.
really figure out the length of time, because I'm not a cleaner, so I really don't know. I
Right.
can only rely on like information online, and I'm estimating that for a job that big, it's gonna take at least, I mean, 8 hours if we split it to 3 cleaners. But I know for sure, not for sure, but I'm estimating that it'll take about 24 man hours.
And I was gonna say, and it's full baths, like shower.
Yeah, so like, I don't know if you know the assisted living community, it's pretty much like you're getting the only thing that isn't available in each room is like a full-size kitchen. They usually, and that's why I'm probably gonna go look at it on Thursday, because I know they usually will have like a half kitchen in their little rooms.
Mhm.
Sometimes it might include an oven, sometimes it might not. I don't know, it
Yeah.
depends.
Cause I'm
Um,
almost feeling like that price might be too low, actually.
really?
Yeah, cause I mean, that's 40 I mean, not 40, that's 22 bathrooms. That's 22 showers, sinks, toilets, under toilets. Like, that's a lot. I'm
Yeah,
also thinking, and Kisa said charging by the square footage instead, and that's what, you would charge based upon like if you're trying to do like like a commercial pricing, but I don't know commercial pricing, so I don't know what that amount, like, cause you said it's 9,000 square feet, right?
yeah. So it's on Zillow, on Realtor.com, it said it was like 9,300 square foot. I think,
Cause if you charge by the square footage and you do 25 cents, okay, so you said 0.25 times 93. So that's 2,300.
23. And I'm also,
But
I
Keisha,
don't
would
know
you
how to,
say, is that 25 cents a price that is for like a standard cleaning or a deep cleaning? Would it be 50 cents for a deep cleaning? So 50 cents for a deep cleaning, yeah. That, yeah,
I
so
think she's,
650, yeah, that sounds more about right.
okay. Okay, because I'm thinking that I just like take the job either way. It would be like very good publicity for the business. Like,
True.
oh, look, we've done and I'm thinking that if I pay the cleaners 25 per hour, at the end of the day, they still walk away with at least $200 on the job each.
And how many
Which
cleaners would
may
you have on it?
3. I'm thinking 3 and just have like 3 more as backup just in case. I have
Mhm.
like right now, I have 3 confirmed cleaners right now. The remaining 3 I'm still onboarding.
Yeah, I would suggest that the charging by the square footage. That's a large place. I'm just thinking about all those bathrooms, not even, the bedrooms too.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
like,
sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying like that's what I would probably charge. I would try to figure out like which option is gonna give me like the most coverage of value. Because that's why I never do big jobs, because I always be worried I'm gonna underprice, and all the time I underprice. So I definitely like that 4,000 number better, because that's a big place. 9,300 square feet. Now it'd be different if they're like, oh, we just need you to come clean the common areas, but they want you to clean all the bedrooms and bathrooms too, and a deep
Mhm.
cleaning.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure that, the ones that's living in there are not cleaning, so you don't really know what the condition of that looks like. So
yeah.
definitely
And for
don't
walk-
quote, do a walkthrough first so you can determine if that 50 cents need to turn into 60 cents or 70 cents.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really thinking about this. Like I feel like it's the biggest call I got. It kind of like just shook me a little bit because I went by my bedrooms and bathrooms. Excuse me, that's my daughter in the bathroom.
No, you're fine.
my bedrooms and bathroom in Booking Koala, and then I just like multiplied it by like 3. And even with that, it's still coming up as about like $1,000,
Yeah,
which is like way too, I
wait,
felt like that was way too low. But at the same time, I'm wondering if this person is the kind of person who's looking for someone who's gonna do the job for $600.
yeah.
So
And you have
I'm
to
just,
think, like, granted, I'm not trying to count anybody's expenses or pockets, but if they have 22 units in that place, assistant, they're getting paid from those people. You know what I mean? Like they pay $4,000 to $5,000 a month per person that stays. Like those places are not cheap whatsoever. So it's not like you're about to go clean for a boys' home where like, they get money from the government. They barely have enough to cover expenses like this. And I don't know the condition or the level of luxury, type of home it is. So like I would take all of that into an account.
yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks really nice. Like
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
was,
those
I looked
places,
it up online and I was like, I would live here, but like,
right. Cause I
it's
just
really nice.
Googled, cause I love research. I just Googled and they're like roughly, and now that of course it did it per my location. But roughly it's like $4,700 a month that it costs to live there. So
Wow.
yeah, they making bank.
Okay.
So yeah, I would definitely make sure that you don't underbar your number because they're not gonna complain when you give a low number.
So do you feel like right now I have my quote at 1,700? I mean at 1,500, and then I know with the square footage, it was like 23 something. I haven't done the math yet. Do you think like I could like leave it at 1,500? Would that still be too low, or should I
Yeah.
like say my price is like 17 or 2,000, and then if they ask for a discount, I like give a I don't know $500 discount because I'm shooting to get like that $1,500 price.
For the place, for the assisted living place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's way, 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 way too low. I like that 4,600 number. I like charging by the square foot because you're cleaning the whole entire place, like all of the bedrooms and the bathrooms and the common areas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is where I'm at a disadvantage. Like I've only done like a commercial cleaning job, like personally. I used to work at a school and I used to clean buildings for a school and I wasn't involved in the pricing. I've never
Yeah.
done like any actual residential cleaning, so I feel like I'm at a huge disadvantage.
And you are, and I mean, you are and you're not, right? Because like nobody knows that you don't have the experience but you, right? It's so funny. I don't know if you guys saw me a couple of weeks ago. I asked if anybody would be interested in like learning about, acquisition of new companies, right? So, with the VA company, we're currently hiring for our clients. And one of the cleaners that we reached out to hire text back and was like, oh, I'm actually about to close up shop and I'm retiring and I'm moving to Big Bear Lake or something like that. Oh snap, hold on you guys, let me turn this alarm off. Okay, I'm sorry about that. And she's getting ready to retire. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's awesome. Enjoy, little small talk response, right? And then she was like, well, are you interested in, acquiring our clients? And I'm like, heck yeah. I don't know the first thing it is to like negotiate the sale of a business. Like not the sell, but to like buy a business and customers, like I have no idea what that looks like, right? Like whatsoever. But I didn't let her know. I just like talked and I took notes. And as soon as I got off the call, or as soon as I get off this call, I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna ask some questions. I'm gonna ask around. But everything is new until you do it, right? So it'll seem scary and you'll have a little bit of anxiety, but you still have to just try, right? But the thing about it is, if you're able to get some information you don't want to lowball yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I have a question, a follow-up question to that. Um, since this is the first time I'm gonna be doing a walkthrough, what exactly am I looking for here? Like, could you give me like some guidance as to what I'm looking for? Like, how am I, like, what
So
determines how I price this outside of like the pricing parameters of bedrooms and bathrooms that I already have?
now that part, I can try to do some research and I can even ask Kendall as well. But I don't know anything about commercial. Like my commercial was strictly on accident, the few that we did during COVID. So on that part, I really don't. Kisa or anybody here that may know some more information about commercial, I know they can definitely give you some guidance on the walkthrough, but I have no idea. Even if I was to go pretend to do a walkthrough, I would just be like, oh, okay, like I mean, I would like pinpoint things like, yo, that bathroom's real dirty. We're gonna have to upcharge that price. But besides that, I really don't know like the actual things to look for during a walkthrough. Let me write that down as a note.
Okay, well, I have from now until Thursday. I'm hoping that, she sounds like
Okay.
she's price shopping, and I'm hoping that she hasn't like gotten to one of those people who are gonna like charge super, super low.
Yeah.
And like she's looking for a really professional, cleaners.
I mean, it's always a risk when you're putting in a bid. But it's always a risk when you're putting in the bid, but it's even worse when you do a job and you got so lowballed, because that workload sounds like a big workload. You know what I mean? Like 22 bad, but that's a really big workload. I remember like the one of the worst experience we had was we did a post. You guys, I did a post construction clean on a 10,000 square feet house for $1,000.
Oh my God. That is low.
That was the worst experience ever, like ever. And when we were there, like 24-hour man hours, yeah, like we were there at that house for 24 hours, like no sleep, working, dusting, that. I mean, it was the worst ever. And I was super new. I had no idea like really what post-construction really meant. I didn't understand dust. It was horrible. And my husband went to work, got off of work, came help me, and then like went back to work and came back and helped me the next day. Like it was really bad. And like from that time forward, like I'm never ever going to like low bid. Like, of course they were happy to like have my service because they knew like how much they were getting over. So yeah, that's my advice.
Okay, I'll just wait for information. If anybody has anything, it'll be very helpful.
Okay.
I thought about taking one of my cleaners with me, which introduces like it makes it weirder because I've never met any of my cleaners in person.
Mhm.
And so I'm gonna ask them and be like, "Oh, can you go on?" I'm trying to avoid that if
Yeah.
possible, but I also was never supposed to meet a client in person either. So
Yeah. It's a first for a lot of things.
yeah.
Yeah, celebrate it. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Well,
You're welcome.
any information, I'm happy to receive that.
Yes. Hello, everybody that is joining in. It is Tuesday. I can't believe it's already Tuesday. So this is our live Q&A. I know I think I shared with a couple today was supposed to be our insurance call, but we had to push that back until next week. And Ricky left me with him. So, yeah, but I'm on a call, so you're gonna have to wait. Okay, go sit down.
Did I just come over, right?
Huh?
I just come over, got cooked, and had a leftover.
Yeah, but after I'm done.
So I get cooked, and I want it for the person for it, and I will eat it.
Yes, Jay Avery, you see mommy on the call?
Can I get it? Got and get it?
You keep talking. I keep telling you to be quiet. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, y'all know what it is. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna postpone that until next Tuesday. They did send me an email confirmation. Yeah, so next Tuesday will be that call. So today we're just doing live Q&A. If you guys have any questions, please start asking them, raise your hand, drop them in the, oh, Stacy, like, look, right here. Um, or you can even leave it in the comments if you guys want me to continue looking at over websites. I know we were doing that on last week as well. Somebody wanted me to look over their website and their booking Koala, whichever you guys have questions for. Stacy, your hand was raised. First Love, how can I help?
Hi, Jasmine.
Hello, how are you doing?
I guess all over the place. I have good days and I have bad days, but
Yeah.
I guess my first question is I realized I don't know the difference between a standard clean and a deep clean.
Okay,
Like people ask me, I have to go and look at what you had on the resources,
Mhm.
but what would be like a really good summary
okay.
of what it is?
So a standard clean is just like just the basics cleaning. So like I mean, it's still a good cleaning, but it's going to be your basic cleaning of kitchen, bedrooms, bathrooms, changing the linens if they provide it, vacuuming, sweeping, mopping, doing a kitchen, I'm sorry, a bathroom clean, toilet, sinks, tub, shower, right? So just a really good clean. The difference between a standard clean and the deep clean is like that you're going to be able to get your services like baseboards, window sills, door frames, ceiling fans, light fixtures, dust, corner cobwebs dusted, top of like shelving dusted, right? So that's pretty much the difference of a standard and a deep clean. And then the move in and move out clean, the only additional is like the inside of things. So inside of cabinets, inside of the pantry, inside of the laundry room, right? Inside of drawers, inside of like bathrooms and bathroom cabinets. So it's inside of the things where you're dusting the inside of the doors, you're cleaning the bottom of like the shelving, also closets where you're dusting and cleaning on top of like that top, like the like the little shoe rack or whatever that like that top shelf is, like you're dusting on top of that. So that is like the difference of standard to deep clean to move in and move out. Did that kind of help?
Yeah, I was trying to take off my
Okay.
go on mute. Yeah, I think that's much better. So basically, standard is just like a basic clean,
Yes.
and then the deep clean, it's more of like they'll get the cobwebs, they'll clean around
Right.
and move out is inside of things.
Yes. No, definitely.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Okay. I think that's much better because I get asked and I'm just stuck.
Mhm.
And then also, I had a situation and I'm guessing I did not charge as much as I should have on Sunday. So on Friday, sometimes I guess people will like message me on Tom Tag or something. You know how you go back and forth with them and they just disappear. They don't message you anymore. And so somebody just like paid on Tom Tag, which I've never been on there before. And it was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath standard. So they had already paid, so we had no choice but to go. So I told her, well, the next time we could go was Sunday. And I begged my main cleaner to go. She had done 2 jobs that day before her own stuff. And then, I begged her to go since it was just 1-bedroom, 1-bath standard. And when she got there, when I tell you it was a junkyard.
Oh.
It was. So it was a mother that was paying for the son. I mean, the half of the room, like I'm still amazed at how much the cleaner was able to clean the place. Like half of the room was literally trash, like cans and like I have the videos on my phone. It's so terrifying. So she was like, no, I can't do this. So I reached out to the person. I'm like, hey, this is too much. I'm gonna have to, refund you back or something. She's like, well, how much can you clean it for? And I guess me not knowing what time it is, I was like, I can clean for 160. But then anyways, one of my friends saw like the pictures and stuff because the cleaner had already posted it and we ended up doing it for 250. But I had to send a new girl that I had hired and that was her first job, Jasmine. And when I tell you how much she cleaned the place, she had over like 8-gallon trash bags.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I still feel like I did not charge enough
Yeah.
for the job. So
Yeah.
how would you have would have been best to have charged in that situation? I'm telling you, it was a job like you asked if somebody lives here.
Yeah.
Like I mean, she
Yeah.
has so many
Um,
take out.
those, so that's super tough. I'm not, no, it's not super tough, right? Because the thing that you're going to implement is just communicating with your cleaners, right? And communicating with your cleaners so that way, when they arrive, like let them know, like, hey, if you guys ever arrive to a house and this house is like horrible, like a junkyard, you can't see the floor, like don't start cleaning, right? I asked them like to send pictures, like snap a couple pictures, send it to us, let us know that, yo, this house is not a standard clean, because it wasn't even a standard clean. They didn't even have the decency to book a deep cleaning. So to let us know, so that way, you can call the client ahead of time and let the client know that, hey, based upon the condition of the home, this is not a standard cleaning. And in order for us to be able to proceed to provide the cleaning, it would be an increased charge of X, Y, and Z. Please let us know if you would like us to continue at this price. Then you go make the change on booking Koala, change that price point, then let the cleaner know to continue. But the thing about it, like you can't, I don't say you can't, but it's hard for you to make a price change after the cleaner already cleaned the home. You know what I mean? Because they didn't agree upon it, and they can go, they can go back and forth, be like, well, I didn't say you can clean this at this price. I didn't agree upon this. This wasn't the price you told me. You changed the price. And yes, the condition of the home changed, but it'll still be a back and forth war, right? So that's one thing that you can put in place with the cleaner side, like literally talk to your cleaners ahead of time. Hey, if you guys ever arrive to a home, because we had a situation like that with one of our clients, and it was a move out cleaning, but they were still moving. Like they were literally still moving boxes out of the house, packing, taking down furniture, but booked a move out clean, right? So the cleaner is cleaning. We didn't even know that it was a move out clean because all they booked for was a deep cleaning. But then Monday morning, the realtor is there to take pictures, to like put it on the market. And the realtor was like, yo, this house is not clean. Like, what did you guys do? We need you to come back out here. But we didn't know that it was a move out cleaning, and the cleaner didn't let us know. And the cleaner just cleaned around the mess. But of course, more mess tracked in and out. So it's a thing about communicating to the cleaner that, and then also on the front end, when you're booking the client, you can put like a small disclaimer, as in like, we're booking your cleaning service for a standard cleaning, but once arrived or upon arrival, if we notice that the house requires additional cleaning service based upon the condition of the home, we will let you know if there's a price adjustment. So then they can kind of already know that I better be truthful about the assessment of the condition. So that way they won't leave. And then you can even be like, and if you decide to cancel based upon the new price adjustment, there would be a $50 cancellation fee, right? So you can put those kind of stipulations in place to prevent from that situation happening again.
Okay, so do I do that verbally?
You can do it verbally or you can text it. Because it depends on how you're all communicating with the lead when you're booking. So if you are messaging them on Thumbtack, then you can send that in the message, right? You can be like, hey, Mr. Smith, okay, awesome. We got you all set for your cleaning appointment on tomorrow. Now, one thing with this scenario, it was totally awkward because they were communicating with you, then they just booked and they didn't let you know. But let's say that they did let you know, right? And you're winding up the conversation, then it's somewhere like, hey, Mr. Smith, here is your booking link. Please complete as soon as possible. They complete it. And then also wanted to let you know, and then you can give them that verbiage, right? Now with the cleaner situation, if the cleaner calls you or texts you afterwards, or, once arriving, they're like, yo, this house is bad. I just sent pictures, like it needs to be changed. Then you can either communicate that to them verbally or by text. But if you communicate it verbally, I also would suggest that you send a text confirmation and be like, hey, Mr. Smith, I'm also going to send you a text can you please respond back in the text confirming that you do agree to pay the new price? So that way you'll have that for any possible disputes that can possibly come up later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the text part because of course it was she did it for her son. So we're texting, I guess she was at work or something.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that I had found out, I don't know if you realized, but Booking Koala suddenly notifies you now when somebody clocks in. I'm
Uh-huh.
just getting that now.
Yeah,
So like I was driving and I got that notice and I was like, oh, let me just go look like at the job pictures. And I immediately called the cleaner. She wasn't even the one that called me. So
Mhm.
when I called, I was the one that actually told her like, hey, just hold on, let me reach
Right.
out and some changes, which I'm glad because I know it's something you've been talking about. I probably would have just let her do it.
Yeah.
'Cause
And then
she-
Sherry just said that she has that verbiage on her booking format. So you can add that on your booking. And it looks like she emails them, probably just sends them an email with that verbiage as well. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, I think that would really, really help.
She said in red.
Yeah, at
No,
this
it's-
point, end caps.
I mean,
because-
look, this is literally how like you create your own SOPs because we have a new VA client and she's like based in Ohio and her booking format, no lie, is like super long. It's asking all of these questions when a person is booking a cleaning service. And you know, me and Tricia are like, these are a lot. This is a massive booking format. Like, what is going on? But she must have created that based upon experiences that she encountered, right? Because what I just shared about the situation with the realtor, that was her client. So I'm like, she must have, you know, created this long booking platform based upon this. And one of the questions on the booking platform is, are you having a realtor represent you? If so, what's the realtor name when they called? And like the realtor called and we're like, well, you know, she said her name, like, oh, I don't see your name on the booking. And she's like, oh, my client's name is X, Y. I'm like, oh. So this is literally how you create, you know, your SOP, your standard operation procedures based upon experiences from your business. So Sherry said she got it in red right on her booking platform. So this seemed like this, if this is a reoccurrence for your area and your market and your customers, then I would also put it on my booking platform.
Okay, thank you so very much. And then one last question. I hired somebody, I believe on Friday or Saturday, and they did a job on Sunday. They actually did 2 jobs, which they did very well because we ended up getting a tip after that. And then the next morning, I tried to send her out and she said she got her car repoed and she can't work anymore.
Oh, shoot.
Do you think, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I think what I ended up doing was I just told her, well, I told her about the tip later, like when the, you know, client, because it was an Airbnb client. So I told her later and told her, I was like, hey, you must have done a pretty good job. By the way, she forgot to take pictures, so I didn't get to see anything
Yeah,
about that cleaning. But then the first person left her in the house and went to church and they came back and texted me like she did excellent. I've already referred you to a friend. And so I'm like, oh, that's good. Then the second person, which is an Airbnb client, this is the second time we've cleaned for him. He also, he didn't tip the first time. So he messages me, I'm like, hey, I want to tip you. How do I go about that? But that's how good she was. So do I ask her to come? How do I go about it? Like,
So this is the one that her car is repoed,
yes,
so she doesn't have transportation.
that's what she said. She said she's gonna be sharing the cars with her son now.
I mean, I would still try to work with her, right? I mean, like, you know, her work, like if she has a strong work ethic and she's like, I'm gonna be, if I say I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. And I mean, this is clearly like, you know, if this is her only source of income, she's gonna figure out a way to get to work. So I would still try to work with her and just be very open in communication with her. Like, hey, I want to still work with you. What is gonna be the best way? Like, I know we may not be able to do last minute cleanings. How far in advance do you need to know about a job? in order to take it, like 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, or if I message in the morning, you can possibly make it work. So you don't know like what her son's schedule is, like maybe her son is at 8 to 5 and she's dropping him off and she gets a car throughout the day. So she's like, I can take a job starting at 9 and like the last job starting at 2, something like that. But I think the best thing would just literally just talk with her and figure out her schedule and how you can still make it work for her.
Okay, yeah, I tried to do that when I spoke to her about the tip and I told her, well, I'm gonna add that to your money. And also I'm gonna add a little something just to appreciate you for doing that. And I told her to think about it, if she's still, whenever she's ready to come to work or whatever she decides to do. Because of
Yeah.
course I don't want her to know that, what's the word? Like I'm pushing or I'm like
Yeah,
forcing her to come back. I can't think of the word right now. So, yeah, I kind of wanted an idea on like what to do.
yeah. And I wouldn't say it's necessarily forcing her. It's just it will just literally just be just having a conversation, just asking her like, hey, I know you told me about your car. Are you still able to take appointments? Right? Just ask that open question and see what her response is. Because if her response is no, not at this time, not till I get my car fixed, then you can be like, oh, okay, awesome. Please let me know as soon as you're back available and I would love to be able to work with you again, right? But if she says, oh no, yes, definitely, I'm only available at this time or this time or this and that, then you'll know how to operate. But I wouldn't leave it open. I would want to know something definite, you know what I mean? So I would ask her like, hey, I know you talking about your car. Are you still wanting to take appointments? And then based upon that answer, then you'll know how to continue, communicating with her.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
One more thing. So I forgot to mention that this is a comment. I was surprised, the mother I was talking about, her son, she wrote a review on Thumbtack about the whole thing, by the way.
Mm,
Yes, so I guess that's one thing I wanted to mention to those of us that are new, that whatever actually happens when people write reviews, they end up like talking about it. She literally mentioned in there how I tried to give her a refund and we worked it out and stuff like that. So I guess.
yeah, no, they will definitely say it all.
Yes. Yes.
And then also make sure you respond to, I don't know,
Yes.
like the wholeness of it, but definitely respond to every review, bad, good, and ugly.
Okay, okay. So far, only good so far,
That's
but
good.
I know you said we should expect 1 star at some point, so until then, I guess.
Yeah,
But-
well, we won't hope for that, but just knowing that it's a possibility if it happens. But if it does, always respond to reviews. Because it
Okay.
helps the algorithm with Thumbtack. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. But that's it. Thank you, Jasmine.
You're welcome.